Welcome back to another episode of Cocktails with Coco. I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm thrilled for my next guest. Coming straight from the DMV, the #1 celebrity hairstylist. Help me welcome the owner of Akemi Hair, Miss Ashley Akemi.
Oh my gosh, you look good, girl. You look good. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you came. I'm glad you're back in the DMV because, girl, if she was in Miami, we would have had a hard time getting her on this show. But she's here with us today, and I'm ready to make a drink. Are you?
I'm definitely ready. Yeah, we can get to it.
Yeah. So I asked you what your favorite liquor was. You said tequila.
I'm a tequila girl.
And I'm a mixologist. So I came up with a cocktail designed just for you.
Okay.
And it's called the Akemi Vibe.
The Akemi vibe?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what Akemi vibe is giving, like in the drink form.
You ready?
Oh, yeah,
All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right, so you ever made a drink before? You
girl,
making
yeah.
cocktails? Oh, so you kind of know what to do.
I think you got it definitely more than I do, but you know, let's.
It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna figure it out. All right. So first, we're gonna take our big shaker, and then we're gonna do 2 scoop size. So your sugar's over there. This one.
Where's the sugar? Okay. So I'm just doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, so 2 scoops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, that was a baby scoop.
Yeah. Let's put it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mm-hmm. So then we're going to take our tequila. So it's tequila reposado. That one right there.
What kind of tequila is this?
Mi Campo.
Mi Campo? Okay.
Have you ever had Mi Campo?
I have not.
Girl,
it sounds sexy though.
It is.
Okay.
Just like you, baby. All right, so we're going to take our jigger. So we're going to fill it up all the way to the rim. So that's 2 ounces, and then pour it in.
Okay.
So pour it. Pour it all the way in there. And then pour it in the shaker.
Okay, 2 of them?
No. This whole thing is 2 ounces. I mean, baby, listen, I'm telling you.
Okay, let me try.
Okay, now we're going to get our rum.
There's tequila and rum in here?
Okay. Listen, she's revived.
She's a dangerous girl.
I just like you, baby.
Okay. All the way.
So, no, we're going to flip it over to the other side and do 1 ounce. So that one's all the way to the top rim on the 1 ounce.
Okay.
And then pour it in there.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to take some peach snaps.
Okay.
So it's this one right here. This one we're going to do 1/2 ounce. So it's going to be that first line you see in there. Mm-hmm. And then pour it in the shaker.
Okay.
Just to give it a little ting. Little ting.
Yeah, you know, give it like a little kick. Okay.
All right. And so we'll take our lime juice.
All right.
We're going to do 1/2 ounce of that as well.
Okay.
So it's up to that first line you see right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's all right. Life is still good.
That's why we got these mats.
Yeah, life is still good. Okay.
And then the last ingredient for a mixer is some peach puree.
All right.
It's actually white peach puree.
What's the difference?
It's like a little sweeter.
Okay.
But the peach is kind of bitterish.
Okay, peach is bitter?
Yeah,
Didn't
a
know
little
that.
bit to me. So we're going to do 1/2 ounce as well.
Okay.
And then pour it in our glass.
So I'm feeling like this is going to be sweet. Like we have peach snaps. We have, what's this? The peach puree and the peach snaps. And then, what's this that we added a while ago? This is lime juice. Yeah, okay. You know, because this is the Akemi vibe, you know.
Yes.
It's like sweet with a kick, you know.
Hello?
Very on brand.
2 different liquors, very much on brand. All right, so now we're going to balance with some pineapple juice. So you want to take your pineapple juice and make sure you shake it because it gets the debris gets stuck.
Shake it to the max.
Hey, shake it to the max. All right, so I know we got nails. So I usually use like the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, because you saw me looking like confused.
So we're gonna pour, count to 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That is it.
That is it.
That is it. Now the fun part, we're gonna shake.
Okay.
So put it on top. Yeah.
Like, okay. I feel like I'm gonna like spill it.
No, you're not. So just make sure you hold the bottom of the shaker and the top of the.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then shake it over your thing. Make sure everything gets mixed up. Mm-hmm. All right. So you put it down, twist, and pull up. See?
Okay.
All right. We're gonna grab our hurricane glass.
All right.
So we're gonna do a sugar rum.
Oh, okay.
So dip it in the lime juice.
Okay.
And then in the sugar.
Lime juice, sugar. So, are you also a bartender?
Yes. I have my own bartending business.
Okay, tell me about it.
Mobile bartending business. I mainly do like private events and stuff like that.
Right.
So I don't work at anyone's establishment, but I love
Okay, you do your own thing.
Yeah, just like you be private, baby. You gotta catch her when you can. Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So then we're going to take our shaker and our strainer because we're gonna strain it. But first, let's add some more ice to our glass.
Okay.
Just because it's been sitting in there for some good. Yeah. Now we're going to strain. So if you want to grab your shaker and put the strainer on top of it. The shaker.
It does? Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Right.
So you don't have to strain it. So you have to.
Is it upside down?
No, you're right.
Okay.
So whatever dominant hand you have.
It does?
Yes. And then use your finger to push it forward.
Like this?
And then strain.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh. Mm-hmm. Hold on.
We got this.
Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Perfect pour, always. You already know how it goes. Yes. All right. So the last little touch is some blue edible glitter.
Ooh, okay.
Make the drink a little cutesy bitsy.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna tap like a little bit on our spoon,
Mm-hmm.
and then swirl it in our drink.
In the drink.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to give it a little sparkle.
You know, a little razzle dazzle.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, we love that.
All right, so I'm gonna put some for you.
Okay.
And then you can stir it in the rest.
All right, and then
And just put it to the bottom and stir.
get it all in through there.
Take me through there. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'm about to stop. You don't know. I'm so clumsy.
It's okay.
Like, I'm so clumsy. Like, I live on clumsy.
Girl, aren't we all sometimes?
Yeah. Can I tell you, like, about, like, an irrational fear that I have, like, as a hairstylist, like, being clumsy?
Really, like, burning somebody or something?
Girl, yes. I've never burned nobody before. I have.
I know that time.
But I feel like, damn, you know? I'm happy I've never, like, tripped and fallen with, like, an iron in my hand and like that.
Jesus. I burned my foot today.
You did?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday?
I did. Terrible. So then the last thing is our lime garnish.
Okay.
So if you want to grab a lime and put it on the rim.
Okay. Is it already cut?
Yes.
Where? Oh.
In the middle.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, so now let's taste.
All right. Oh, wait.
Well, we going to cheers.
Oh, have you ever seen those that video of, like, those two guys?
Which one?
They're, like, really fabulous. And they always have, like, really, like, nice makeup in hair, but their hair's always, like, super dramatic. And they cook together. And they cook the most. Oh, yes! And then the whole video, they be hiding, like this thing. They be like,
so classy.
Tiny with the camera like this. We should do it with the straws, like, at this. Oop, I dropped the thing. With this, you know, like, with the straw like that.
Okay, you ready?
Okay. But, like, you have to, like, slides at the camera. It's like this, like
That one. If you're the star, you can show.
Okay, ready? Okay.
Cheers.
If you know, you know. No, the drink is amazing, girl.
Yes, just like you.
Hold on, like, let's talk about it. Because I can taste a lot of bleach.
You can, but like you don't really taste the liquor, and there's 2 liquors in it.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
But I want to learn about your dangerous, wicked styling. How to wink them.
Okay, yes.
Let's go talk about it.
I'm always angle it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, then no.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go talk about it.
Okay.
The drink for today's episode is called the Akemi Vibe, sponsored by Too Jaded Mobile Bartending Service, LLC. All right, good, girl. Let's drink.
Yes, goodie.
Cheers. I'm so glad you're here.
Girl, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
The DMV missed you, baby.
And I'm back.
I know that's right. Y'all think she gonna stay? I don't know. You gotta wait and find out.
Honestly, I have to wait and find out too, because even all know me though, I don't know. So.
All right, so clearly you're Jamaican.
Yes, I'm Jamaican.
Originally from the DMV,
yes.
and now balancing between the DMV and Miami. Yes. How would you describe who you are and what you do?
How I would describe who I am. I'm a creative through and through. Like, I'm a hairstylist right now. Yeah. You know, like that's like how I express myself creatively now. But then even way back when I was like 12, I used to be really into photography.
For real?
Girl, yes, photography was my first love.
I would have never thought.
Girl, yeah, my first love.
I'm like, hold on, you started doing hair at like 14. So yeah. What in the world?
Yeah.
So you picked up the camera first.
I picked up the camera first, yeah, because I randomly was like in a photography class in high school.
Yeah.
And then I was playing around with the camera. I really liked it. And I actually used to record everyone's music videos. You know, back in high school, everyone
wanted to be a rapper.
And I was like, you want to be a rapper? Well, I have a camera. so we can, you know, get that together. So that actually was my first love before I started doing hair. But then my brothers took my camera from me. That's a long story, but I'm unrelated. But they took the camera from me.
Yeah.
And then I got on YouTube, and I was like watching a lot of like YouTube tutorials about like hair and things like that. I got into it, and I mean, here you 14 years later, and I'm still doing hair.
That's so you learned from YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I started.
That's where you started. Okay.
YouTube University.
So how do you think your Jamaican background and DMV upbringing influenced your creativity and your hustle? Because I know Jamaicans be hustling, baby. You have like
hustling,
3 jobs.
Yeah.
So you was doing hair, you was on the camera, I was doing filming.
Yeah, I was doing music video. I was doing people homework.
Girl.
Yeah, you know.
She got that money. That's a hustle. Okay.
Yeah, so I definitely feel like maybe it's like the Jamaican side.
Yeah,
I definitely have a lot of grit and a lot of hustle. And if there's something that needs to be done, I just always go forward and just
find
do what
a way.
I need to do. Yeah, I find a way.
As you should.
You know, that's maybe the Jamaican in me.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
So like we mentioned, you started doing hair young.
Yes.
At what moment was the first moment you were like, I'm really good at this?
You know what? Like when I first started doing hair, it wasn't a thing like I was like, oh, I'm going to have a career in this. It's going to be a huge thing. I remember my god sister actually used to do my hair for me back around those days, like when I was in high school, like freshman year. But I used to hate the way she did my hair.
Yeah.
She had like a Dora the Explorer like kind of hairstyle. No lie. Like she would do like the bangs with like the little cut. And I was like, girl, like you cramping my style, you know? Around that age, you start like trying to like talk to boys and stuff. I was not feeling it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut out the middleman, which was her.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I'm going to just do it myself.
Learn how to do it.
You know what I mean? I went on YouTube so I could just practice for myself. I think I just always had a natural hand for it because maybe like my second hairstyle I went to school with, everyone was asking me, who did your hair? Who did your hair?
And I know that got you hyped. Like I did.
No, not for nothing. I didn't even realize like what I was doing. I was doing it so I could look cute at school.
Yeah.
And I remember like this girl, her name was Adam. I'll never forget her. She asked me, it was like in science class. She was like, oh my gosh, like who did your hair? And I was like, I did my hair. She was like, oh my God, can you do it too? I'm like, oh yeah, girl, come to the house after school. It ain't nothing, like whatever, pull up. And then she's like, yeah, girl, how much? And I was like, wait.
Price? Not there yet.
Wait, people pay for this. Like people charge for this. Like it wasn't even a thought in my brain, you know?
Yeah, you were just trying to look cute.
Girl, my first client I did for $20.
I know that's right.
Because I didn't
start somewhere, right?
Yes.
Do you remember what hairstyle it was?
Oh my gosh, yeah. She wanted a sew-in, and then when she came in there, long story short, I was so nervous. I was gonna poke her in the head with the needle. That I put a trash bag on her head, and then I put a wig cap on top of that, and I glued the tracks to it.
I'm screaming.
I basically like glued a wig. I did like a quick weave with like a little plastic bag on top.
You didn't learn that from YouTube.
I learned that from my god sister.
I know
the one who used to like kind of set me up a little bit.
All right, so you began making wigs when in 2014 while still in high school. So what pushed you to like start the craft?
Like what made me start doing hair? I wanted to look cute at school.
No, like on other people. Like
on other people.
When did you know?
Me. Like I remember I did Adam, the girl who asked me in science class. I was continuing to do my own hair, and then word just kind of spread. Like I think hair chose me. Like it wasn't a thing where I was like, I'm gonna be a hairstylist. This is gonna be my career. Let me get started. I was just doing myself, and then people kept asking me to do their hair. Yeah. And then even it got to the point where I was doing all the kids at my school in high school, all the other schools in the area. I was doing like hair for everybody. It even got to the point where the security guards in school was asking me if I can do like their nieces and their daughters. People were asking me. Yes. And it got to the point where I was like telling people, oh yeah, come to my house after school. I got you. And then I was to be like double booking people on accident, you know? And then especially in the summertime was crazy. I would wake up as a kid. Oh my gosh. Back when I was like 14, 15, I would like double book, triple book myself. And then like my childhood bedroom, because I used to do hair in my bedroom, face the front of the house.
I'm screaming. So it was easy for everybody to come in.
No, like I would be like asleep. And then I would just hear like knocking at my front door. I would wake up and I would look out the window like, wait, who is that? And I would look downstairs and be like 3 people down there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot I told all of them to come at the same time. And I'll go downstairs and be like, who got the most important thing to do today?
Right.
Girl, yes. And then after that, I made a booking website and then just kind of just like went from there. And I mean, like 14 years later, I'm still a hairstylist.
So was at that point when you first started like being deep in your craft, were you still thinking of it as a hobby, or did you look at it as a future career at that point?
I think because mind you, I was 14 when I started, so I wasn't thinking so far into my future, and I still was really in love with photography. And I remember when I was looking for colleges to go to, I almost went to NYU.
For real?
Yeah, I was gonna enroll in their film program, so I ended up in Miami. Like, I ended up like a whole, like, you know, like
detour.
I was supposed to be in New York studying film.
And so it seems like the work to find clientele was kind of easy because they were just coming to you, right?
Yeah.
So you started building your clientele, you built your website, and then in November 2020, that's when you opened your own salon suite.
Yes.
Lux Beauty Loft, right?
Yeah, Lux Beauty Loft.
So what did that moment mean to you?
Lux Beauty Loft was a crazy moment for me in my career because, like, we talked about like my high school, you know, experience, and then we jumped to Lux Beauty Loft. But then in between all of that, I got into college in Miami. I did hair all through college, and that was great. And then I went to hair school while I was in college. That also was a
so you were double schooling.
Oh yeah, I went to hair school and college at the same time.
She educated.
Yeah, you know, like there's a whole thing in there.
Yeah.
But then I had worked in a bunch of different salons before I opened my own, and I had some negative experiences in the salons that I worked in. And then the last salon I worked in was such a toxic experience and a toxic environment. And that's a very layered story. But then at the end of all of that, I was like, okay, I have to kind of find a way to take myself out of this toxic environment, but still do what I love to do. Doing. So Lux Beauty Loft actually was like the escape hatch from the toxic environment that I was in the salon.
And that was in Miami, right?
And that was in Miami. And a lot of hairstylists out there probably has experiences with salons where either the owner doesn't have your best interest or there's other people working there where it's just like it's toxic. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to move out of where I live. I'm going to open a salon all in the same time. So I signed 2 leases in the same week.
Yes.
I signed a lease for my first big girl apartment.
Hello.
Yes, cheers to that. Cheers to that. And I signed the lease to Lux Beauty Loft. So it was a beautiful chapter, and it was something that kind of came out of, you know what? I'm going to continue. I'm not going to let what happened stop me from the path that I'm on. I'm going to open a loft. And it was, I mean, like, I'm still to this day very proud of that chapter.
I'm so proud of you because that's amazing, because not a lot of people can do that, right? Like there's people still working from home because you started in a home and then like you were able to build that clientele and like find the investment to open your own loft. As you stated, like you were in those toxic environments.
Yeah.
What made it so toxic?
Okay, yeah. So there was actually 2 salons that I worked in before I opened my own. And the first salon I worked in was a great environment in terms of networking, and that's why I chose to work there.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of like people there that I could see were very talented and also very connected. Then me coming, you know, from being an FIU hairstylist, just doing hair on campus, and then coming into working in like around like downtown Miami.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I need to find a way to kind of like meet more people and then kind of like break out. And I noticed that at this particular salon, a lot of like influencers came there.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I feel like it was a good environment for me to kind of like elevate. So that's why I chose that salon. But it was honestly like the owner of the salon who, you know what I'm saying, I just felt like the way that she would handle, for example, like the way she would handle customers on the phone, or like the way that she would just handle the maintenance of the salon overall, I didn't like. And I was like, okay. And I just felt like she would treat people who have a higher follower count better than everyone else in the salon.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that also affected my my clientele. You know what I'm saying? So it was like kind of things like that. But then I think one thing that I really didn't like, because the salon structure at that salon was a commission-based structure.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. So was it where you were paying a booth rent?
No. The first salon was not booth rent, it was commission.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So she was getting the commission? Like
how it worked,
they were paying her and then you got commission from it?
That's how it worked. You know, the customers paid the salon, I got my cut once a week.
Ooh.
Right. And it was, I was telling her like, hey babe, like this isn't working for me. Like I need to increase my percentage for the commission. She looked at me in my face, she was like, no.
Straight up.
And I looked at her and I said, okay. I was like, all right, cool. Because she don't even know there was another salon owner that was like kind of trying to scout me in my DM saying, hey, I have another salon in the area. Like, you know, do you want to come work over here? I was like, I already got a plan B. So it was me asking her, like, let's adjust my commission rate. That was me trying to see, are you going to comply or am I going to leave?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
and she gave you an answer.
I was like, okay, cool. But then honestly, like, this is before I owned the salon. I feel like a lot of like stylists move this way, and like I shouldn't have done this because it blindsides the owner. But the way I left that first salon, I left like a thief in the night. Like,
you just didn't come back.
No, like I came in on a day because I had keys to the salon. I came in on a day on a Sunday where no one's working, and I brought my boyfriend at the time, and I just took all my stuff. Like, and I did it that way so I don't have to like confront the situation head on. Like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm packing my stuff. I basically packed all my stuff in secret.
Yeah, and then
on the off day, and then she just came in to see all my stuff gone.
Did she try to hit you up and be like,
I walked in there. I walked in and I was like, yeah, my stuff is gone. And I need my
Oh, you walked in there?
I went there.
Yeah. Remy, that
and she was like, Ashley, where's your stuff? I was like, I took it all.
I did.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And I need my last check. I need every last penny of it.
Now.
I was like, yeah, go ahead, write that check for me. I wasn't all that, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, I did leave. Like, my stuff is gone. Like, I'm like, there's no notice.
This is not here.
But I am here to get my last check. So I just need you to go ahead and write that check. She wrote the check mad. She was like, okay, Ashley, I mean, I guess if this is what you want to do. And I was like,
Yeah.
Took my check and I left to a salon that was worse than the first one.
No, how could it get worse than that?
It was worse than the first one.
There you know what.
Yes. Okay. So I went to this other salon. It was actually on the same street. Like, it was just like a couple.
She was down the street. She probably came in there, peeped her head in one time and was like, let me see what Ashley doing.
Honestly, like, the owner of the first salon, she was aware of the second one when it opened because it's direct competition on the same street.
Yeah.
So when she found out, I don't really know what her reaction was like when she found out. I'm pretty sure she felt the way, but I didn't care at that point. So I went ahead and moved on to the second salon. And this is where things are really starting to pick up because, mind you, like, I graduated from college.
Yeah.
I was in that first salon around everyone who was like super connected. And they ended up being really important people in my career moving forward, right? The people that I met at that first salon.
Yeah.
Everyone else I worked with, they were great. It's just the way the salon was ran. I was like, I don't really like this. I don't like the money being skimmed off my stuff. I don't like, like the salon, like, not being, clean in certain ways. I don't like the owner talking to different customers depending on your follower count. Like, I was like, I just don't really, I don't really vibe with that. So I went to the second salon, which was up the street. I'm thinking everything's gonna be better. And then what made this salon toxic is also the owner.
Again.
But it was worse. So the owner of the salon was like very in my business. But then I thought it was weird at first, but I was like, oh, whatever. Like, she wants to be friends. I guess we can be friends. And she was calling me all the time. That's, kind of getting too close with the owner. Yeah. So, so we was kind of getting closer, and that's how she discovered that I wanted to leave my relationship and I wanted to move out of where I was living with him. And she was like, oh, you should move in with me. And I was like, I'm just get my own place. Yeah. But she was like, what if it's too expensive for you? What if you can't afford it? She was like, this is your first time living by yourself. Like, what if you have a slow month and you can't afford it? At least if you live with me, you'll be good. Like, trying to like really sell it. Then I was like, I think I'm gonna still look for my own place. I'm looking. And it gets time for me to move. And then she's like, okay, well, let me know by today, because if you don't move in, I'm gonna move somebody else in. And then at the time I'm like 21 or so. And I'm like, you know what? What if I can't afford it? Like, okay, I'm gonna move in with her.
Yeah, her influence, peer pressure.
Girl, it was just toxic because now I work at her salon and I live in her house.
Yeah. And
then she was in a bad relationship, and then that kind of leaked on to me a lot. And it was just like, it just kind of like over time, the way she just was very toxic to me and just the way that we interacted with each other. And then it also leaked into like me kind of running the salon for her and like not getting the extra pay from that. And then just doing more than what my role was supposed to be.
Yeah.
All while having someone that kind of was talking down to me and kind of like, it was just very toxic.
Still another person trying to keep you down.
Yes. I feel like with that situation, like she wanted to always be 2 steps ahead of me. And then whenever I would achieve something, she always would give the credit to herself. I'm like, oh yeah, Ashley did that because of me, even though it was my own doing.
Hello.
that was me. So that second salon was more toxic because of the person. Then I couldn't get away from her because I also lived with her.
Yeah. So you got to go home and face her.
She was always watching me. It was just
awkward as hell.
It was just a
Ashley.
lot. It was a lot, and she was getting a lot of money up off me from the salon
and from rent. Hello.
And then when I looked at everything, I took a step back and I looked at everything, and I was like, you know what, this is not right. I was like, she's getting too much of my money. And then she's like, you know what? And then COVID hit. And then she wanted to get out of the salon. So she's like, oh, babe, I don't want to be in this business anymore. I'll sell you my salon. Mind you, it's not like she had a big building. Like, it was like a gutted out church, and she had like a little like maybe like a 200 square foot room in a gutted out church.
Screaming. How many chairs was in there?
4.
Okay.
And I was running it. I picked up all the responsibility. I was training all of the other hairstylists. I was washing all the salon towels. There was no washer and dry. I was taking the salon towels home, washing them, bringing them back. I was the one running the salon and paying all the extra money. You know what I mean? So she's like, I'll sell you the salon. Basically, long story short, she was trying to rip me off for like another like $15,000.
Screaming.
Because her lease was up.
She was trying to finesse.
She was basically trying to finesse. And it was actually my cousin who's an accountant who caught it. And she said, actually, that's not your friend.
Yeah.
And she's trying to finesse you. And then also she's an accountant. So she's looking, because I'm so excited. I'm going to have a salon. I was like, yeah, I'm going to put my logo on the wall. Then all those things, I'm going to keep training them. I'm going to make this the best salon in Miami. I was so excited for it. And then and then she was like, you should use the girl who owned the salon at the time. She was like, you should use my accountant. I was like, no, my cousin's an accountant. I got it. She was like pressing me to use her accountant.
Because she didn't want you to see.
Because they were both trying to finesse me. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to use my cousin. And I'm happy that I did that because she was like, she's trying to finesse you, but you still got this. I was like, you know what? I do still got this. And then me and my cousin together started looking at different locations where I can carry on the vision. Yeah. Because like owning a salon wasn't the issue. It was kind of like the way that this person's trying to make you go about it is like not great. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can do anything I put my mind to. And I've always had that mindset, you know? So, but then I also live with the girl still. So I'm over here trying to like go home, play it cool, like, okay, act like I'm still, you know, about to buy her a salon offer. The girl lease was up, but I was 21 and she was maybe around like 33, 34 at the time. So she was just taking advantage of me being optimistic and young. Girl, I put my coins together and I was like, if I can afford to do all of this with my cut, with my cut of the money, I'm like, girl, get out my face. So I found a loft, right? And I'm like, okay, I need to move out of this girl's house. Because like I said, she was in a bad relationship. So all of that was leaking on me because he also lived there. And I didn't know that until after I moved in. Damn. It was just a lot. I was like, too much. It's a lot at home. It's a lot at work. I can't get away.
You got away from toxicity, baby.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing my thing. And I'm going to open my own one.
And that's when you open
Lux Beauty Law. I signed the lease to my first big girl apartment. Yes. My first high rise.
Got out of that woman's house. Got out of her salon.
In my salon. Baby. And I was like, you know what? This is the beginning of a healthy thing. Yeah. And I just remember my experiences from the first 2 salons I worked at. And just thinking like, you know what? Whoever comes through my door and they work in my salon, I want them to have a good experience.
Feel welcome.
And I'm not holding nobody down to try to keep them in one place. People are going to come here. It's going to be part of their story. They're going to grow here and then they're going to go. Yeah. They're going to open their own thing or they're going to do their own thing, you know, like, and I feel like in business, you don't, especially in the beauty industry, it's like, you don't have to hold people down to be successful. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because everyone's talented in their own way.
No, but you don't have to hold people down and hold them by the ankle like this for them to, you know, for you to be successful as a salon owner. So that was kind of like my philosophy. I really took a lot of pride in making sure that everyone who worked there had the resources that they needed, had a clean environment, and then had someone that wasn't doing things to stifle their growth for their own benefit. You know what I mean? So I'm just very proud of that chapter because I built something. It was like the escape hatch for me. And it was a part of the people's story in a positive way. And everyone who's worked there, I can say them today is all love. Yeah. Yeah. Because I did that on purpose. I didn't want people to have the same experiences that I had.
So what were the challenges you faced, like having your own salon now? Because before you were there and that was a toxic environment. You didn't like how they were talking to customers, holding people down. So what did you do differently to ensure that the people that came to your salon were going to not feel or have the experience that you had?
So it's just certain things like, you know, like giving people guidance, you know, like if there's like something that I see that they're, because mind you, like I did booth rentals. I didn't do commission. Yeah. Because I only had one person I did commission with and it didn't really go well. But for the most part, the structure was booth rentals because I didn't want to be like running you down for like the haircut you did. Like, oh, did I get my cut off that haircut? You pay me the same number every month and like everything is good. And just making sure people have the resources that they need and then guidance if they're looking for it. Yeah. Kind of a thing. But then I think kind of like the challenge with having a salon, especially because I was like, 23? Like I was still so young. I think I opened it at like 22. I think I turned 23 shortly after. Yeah. Like something like that. But I was like super young. So I think the trials and tribulations for me was being a little bit too emotionally forward in what I'm doing in the business. I want everyone to have a good place to work and like all of those things. I was so passionate about it. I think I overspent money. Like overspending on location, overspending on material, on like making sure that like the stations were beautiful and things like that. Then also like I was making some money in there too. Yeah. So I was just blowing money. You know, I think it wasn't until later in my career, like when the salon closed, that I realized the value in making sure your expenses are low. Instead of just like, I want the best. It's like, okay, like be smart about your approach. I think, and then also staying focused. Because being young like that and making money like that and being in Miami like that, then you know, like I was in Jamaica. I spending. Excuse me up, but go put one plane, my gun. I feel like I needed more discipline. I was like just doing too much, making too much. Yeah. And I think that's also part of the reason why the salon eventually failed after the 3 years that I had it. It wasn't an issue of like mistreating people who worked there. And I think I prioritized that more than I prioritized how was the salon doing and what can we do to continue growing. I'm like,
money coming in.
And
I go out.
Right.
I was in Jamaica.
So were you still doing hair as much as you were at the other salons, or was like you doing hair limited? Right.
I didn't have to. I didn't have
to.
There's people in there working. I had a business partner at the time, so the expenses of the salon was covered by everybody else. Okay. And then when I was making money doing hair, like it would be like $1-2 on my shoe, and then my pocket full. My God, and that was like the downfall a little bit. I was having too much fun and not checking on things, and things were falling apart, and I wasn't looking. So it's almost like I'm on vacation. I'm doing my thing. I come back and everything fall apart. Oh, I have to close this. So that's kind of like what made the salon fall apart. I was having too much fun. I wasn't. My brain wasn't on the salon.
Oh,
it's okay. I might open another one. Stay tuned. Yeah. Stay tuned. I mean, I have information now and experiences I didn't have.
That's what I was gonna say.
I was like 3 years old doing this stuff. So. Yeah.
Now you're more experienced.
Yeah.
And that experience, how do you think it led you to where you are now? So like having your own salon, going through that failure, how did you bring yourself back up after that?
See, one thing about me, I'm a sink or swim. Like that's something that I always kind of like a philosophy I had in my own head. Like if I feel like I'm sinking a little bit, I'm slipping, or like things feel unstable, I kind of challenge myself. And I don't know if I picked this up when I was like young, like Ashley, you gonna sink or swim? Right? So whenever it's like a hard moment.
In your life?
No, I'm a cat swimmer in real life, actually.
We need to learn.
I need to learn too. But yeah, I don't know. Like, there was a couple moments in my career where things were kind of like dropping. Yeah. And then I just have this grit about me to like find a way to pick things back up, whatever is necessary.
Okay, so after the salon, you closed it down. Yeah. What were you thinking at the moment? Like, what's next? What are you gonna do?
The way the salon closed was crazy because I was losing so much money so fast. And I was blowing money right before, so it wasn't nothing.
So why you ain't have your cousin helping you with your account and stuff, keeping track of your money?
Because, like I said a while ago, I wasn't focused on nothing. I was in Jamaica. Catch you later. So by the time I come back, I look up, I'm like, oh shit, I spent all the money and no money not coming in. Basically what happened, I wasn't paying attention and everyone who worked there fell off. Yeah. They didn't have the guidance to get more clientele. Or like they saw a sinking ship, they left. My business partner, she had to dip out. Like she had her own life things going on and she left very abruptly, so like that's half the rent. And everyone who worked there, they leave, and I'm like, oh shit! Now I have a salon that I'd never paid for in my own pocket. Yeah. Now I have to come out to my own pocket.
I'm Peter,
and I'm paying for my own thing. You know, buying stuff from bought my mom a car. You know, like just taking care of everybody else, and just throwing money like this. Yeah. And then money gone, and then need money, but the money gone. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, what was the question?
How did you pick yourself back up? Like after the salon, like how did you know what to do next?
I didn't. I had to jump out that lease. Yeah. The second I had the opportunity to jump out the lease, I jumped out the lease, and I was like, because was
it transferred to someone else? Did someone else buy it out for you, or
I wanted to pay my 3 months and break my lease, but where I had the salon doesn't have that policy. You have to find another tenant to replace you. Yeah, that took months, and then it was a leap of faith because I did not want to convert it back to like an empty space because I thought like I need somewhere to work, and I knew no one would gonna come into the space, see it how I had it set up with my logos and everything, and want to take it over. So my leap of faith, I took everything out, not knowing if someone's going to take it over. So now I'm erasing my place of business without no real plan. I'm like, I'm going to just take everything out and hope someone takes this lease over when it's empty. Yeah. And, I held on to the salon with no business partner, no staff for months, losing money for months. I was like, you know what? Let go, let God. Somebody told me, clear it out, paint the walls back, make it look like a clean slate, and somebody will take it over.
Yeah. And that's what happened.
The next week, someone took it over. And I was like, oh my God, praise God. I don't know how I was going to pay my
God is good.
I'm like, oh my God, all the time. So that's how I got out the lease. And I was like, oh my God. But I was like, I guess I'm doing hair in my living room.
Yeah. So you went back to doing hair.
But I had no plan. It closed like this.
Girl, you had your big girl apartment.
I mean, that's why I wasn't tripping. I had
you had a nice little place.
Shout out to all my clients who were with me through my whole like journey in Miami. Because when it happened, my clients was like, I felt so like insecure about it because I had this nice salon. Now I'm back in my house. Yeah. And my clients was like, Ashley, you can do my hair in the Walmart parking lot.
Hello.
I'm gonna come wherever you at. And that kind of support is also what helped me kind of pick back up. I was only doing hair in my living room for like a month and a half or something. I found a salon suite. So yeah. So things kind of like, So yeah, if this becomes like an advice piece, don't take your brain so far off your business that the whole thing just sinks. The whole ship just fall apart. Like you gotta, even if you're doing your thing, hire a manager. Somebody
to give you the guidance that you're trying to give to other people.
Or like if you want to be hands off, you gotta put somebody else in that role to be hands on. Yeah. That's what I would do differently.
That's good. So you said that you you opened up another smaller one?
Yeah, just a
so
small
was
one
it just for you?
Just
so you were just taking your personal clients and stuff like that. So I can imagine by this time your clientele went up.
My clients have been crazy, like crazy. Also, I was acting like that in the salon. Like,
yeah, because you're like,
because I had so many, like I had great relationships with all of my clients. You know, then I was just like working consistently. So I was like, oh, I can leave in Quebec, you know, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel knowing that now you're back to being yourself, by yourself, managing your own? Where did you see that going long term?
I think just like that one closed and I just like, okay, let me just like open it, like something smaller just for me. And then I think what I noticed in working by myself again is that I'm more of a creative and less of a manager in that moment.
Okay.
Not saying that, not saying that in my career in the future I can't pivot again.
Yeah.
But then it put me back in a position to focus on doing the hair. And not managing the salon, not like counting toilet paper and like looking over other people's environments.
Back to your creativity bag.
Yes. And I feel like honestly, the salon closing and me going solo again actually made me grow in my career.
Really?
Yeah, it did. So I got more creative and I got more in my bag with like the actual hair.
So you were doing customizations on wigs and stuff? Or
that's
like
actually when I made up the seamless closure install. And that's something that helped me go viral several times on social media.
So how did the content and the processing go behind that? Like, did you think that you making that content for the seamless install was going to blow like that? Is it something that was already out there that you wanted to try, or is it kind of something that you thought of in your head? It's like,
it's something that a customer actually asked me. Like, she came into a hair appointment. She said, "Hey, girl, can you put this closure behind my hairline? Like, you know, like I don't want like the lace on my forehead. Like, you like blend it in with my real hair." And then I always been like, okay.
Yeah.
So the first time I did it, like someone just asked me, and I just kind of freestyled the method. Like, okay, if I do it like this, it should look good. I did it. I filmed it. It went viral. And I'm like, oh, people like this. And I just kind of like refined the technique and just kept going. But then I feel like if I wasn't in a space where I could just focus on my craft and like my work, the creativity wouldn't have flowed as freely as my clients ask me to do something creative in her hair, but I also have to make sure this other stylist is okay. And I have to make sure that this gets done, you know? Yeah. So being back on my own helped me to get back to my creativity.
Yeah. So did you have a site? I know you had a site for booking, but then you created a site for your wigs and stuff like that, or did you just like
extensions?
Yeah.
Oh, I started the Akemi hair in 2019. So
okay. So I was at the website. Okay. So was it hard finding vendors to get the good hair? Woo! Like, what is that like? Because not everybody got good hair.
The amount of money I spent testing out vendors was like crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like trying out Indian vendors from like Vietnam, China, everything. I was trying so much hair and just spending so much money on samples. And then I just kind of like landed on Vietnamese hair because I felt like it was like the thickest and most luxurious. Like it just gave like that look. Yeah. More than hair from like other places. Okay. But so much money spent and time. Yeah. Looking for like the perfect vendor.
Because you just don't know.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get to the point where you're like, this is my vendor?
Honestly, it just got to a point where I was like, you know what, Ashley, just start. Yeah. Because I had been testing vendors and going like back and forth with that for a really long time. And I was like, you know what, if I take too much time, I'm never going to get started. And I found a vendor that I trusted, you know, had really good business to business customer service. The quality of the hair was great. I was like, you know what, I'm going to start here. Yeah. And we still together.
That's good. Yeah. I'm so happy because your hair be looking tea, baby.
Yeah, I had the best vendor in Vietnam.
So when did you know, like, okay, do you still have that studio that you do hair in, or is it more home? No.
Yeah, because I left Miami.
Okay, let's talk about that. Yeah. Why did you leave Miami?
You know, I'm from here. You know, I spent 10 years in Miami. So as time just kept passing, every time I would go home, I would just notice like someone looks a little older and I missed it. Yeah. Or there's like a family event that happened that I wasn't there for. And my brother got married and like started having kids and I just wasn't around.
Life
was happening for people that I really cared about that I just wasn't there for. And I had a lot of like the movement in my career and things like that in Miami. But what I feel like I was missing was like family time. And I felt like I really valued that and I wanted to come home and kind of like be a part of like the day-to-day experience with my family. So I think that really drove me to come home. Yeah.
So your Miami clients were solely dependent on you. You were there for 10 years. I can just imagine how lit you was and like even like being around the clientele that you had and like the influences. So you said Sports Illustrated was your first big gig.
Yeah.
What came after that? Like, did that lead you to other stuff as well?
Yeah, I remember like early in my career, I did Sports Illustrated. I did Fendi. I don't, because that was so long ago. I just remember I started just doing a lot of things that was being published. And I just remember like almost having imposter syndrome a little bit, like in the beginning, like, oh my gosh, like these huge, you know, like opportunities, you know, like how did I get here kind of a thing. But then like over time, just like kind of like being in the environment and like doing my thing, I got more accustomed to it. And it started to feel like a place that I belonged.
Yeah.
You know, like when I step on set, the energy that's on set, it's not like every set has like crazy energy, but then it's definitely like night and day from being in the salon, you know?
Yeah.
And I definitely just like, you know, developed the skill set it takes to be on set. And it's like part of my career that I really like grew to love.
And you get to get in your creative bag, like you,
and it's a lot more pressure.
No, like they're coming to you trusting, like, actually, I have this idea in my head. I want to do this down to 30. You just figure it out and do it. This thing,
like I'm doing hair for confessionals. I'm doing hair for magazine covers. I'm doing a lot of like things that's going to be published and seen by lots of people. That's like your first time doing something like that. You are like, you know, like sweating off everything. Like you're just like, you know, so nervous.
Yeah.
But then after a while, it kind of becomes like second nature. And then you're just really focused on the hair you're doing or like the look you're creating. You're not so much thinking about like, oh, this is going to be on a huge platform. And I think maybe that's just the way that I approach it that kind of like takes the nerves away.
Yeah.
I can just focus on just creating just some beautiful hair.
Yeah.
And then it's also going to be like photographed and published.
Hello.
Yeah.
Like to see, they credit you, right?
You said what?
They credit you, right?
Yeah,
when they say
do.
like,
my
name's customized by, I know
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, I remember one of like the biggest moments in my career. It was actually for K-Skin. And it was one of my clients, Winnie. She asked me to be the lead hairstylist to be the lead hairstylist of the first campaign shoot ever for her brand.
So you're doing all of the models?
There was a group of models and I was responsible for hand selecting all of the hairstylists that was going to be on set that day. And I just, I had like a really good network in Miami, especially after owning a salon. So I knew who to pick. I looked at all of the models like, okay, I know this stylist would be amazing with her hair type, and like I hand selected all of the hairstylists to kind of like make sure everything on set went really well. And like even to this day, I feel like that was like the coolest set day for me because everything hair related, I orchestrated.
Yeah.
So
that's
that was
so
like
amazing. You're doing big things. Do you go out with them too, like outside of work?
Yeah,
like you have like personal relationships with them?
Of course, yeah. Go out and like do things together, like go to parties or like, especially if it's like an event happening in Miami, like this Art Basel, or it's like an important weekend. There's like events to go to. Yeah.
You still find new clients because they be like, "Who did you hear from?" Ashley. Ashley.
Honestly, it goes down in the DMs. So for anyone watching this that's thinking like, how can I kind of grow my high profile clientele? Work on your social media presence. And then think about like your digital footprint, like the things that you say on social media and the kind of work that you're posting, and be very intentional about those things because that's how people will find you. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like every big thing that I've done in my career has come through my DM.
Okay, so how do you think the difference between like working in Miami and now back home, like do you have like any type of mental challenges you're going through, emotional or physical? Like do you have any FOMO of not being in Miami? Like
FOMO so bad. I miss Miami so bad. Like, because I'm like a Miami girl. Like, I'm from the DMV, but I left when I was 17.
Yeah. So my entire like adulthood, basically, like most of your growth there was in Miami.
My entire adult life has been in Miami. So just being here for like a little 6-7 months, like there's a big part, I feel like, of me. I'm still me, but like, I'm a fish out of my bowl.
Yeah, like you're trying to get acclimated with the DMV, like figuring out,
without letting go of like the parts of me that I love about myself, So
do you take clients here or you just focus on your wigs?
I haven't started yet. That's another thing, I kind of wanted to like almost like reinvent myself in my career and think about, okay, what is like the big next influential thing that I can do, or like with as much experience as I have now, how can I start to give back? So I started to structure out classes that I'm going to be trying to like start to teach soon, and think about like other things I can do in my career that's more impactful than only being behind the chair. So I've been working on that, since I moved back. So I haven't started to take clients yet, but I am starting this month. So that's amazing. So I get to meet the DMV girlies.
I know that's right. Yeah. So tell them where to find you at. Book her.
I'm going to be at Lorene Beauty Bar in Hyattsville, Maryland. So that's where you can find me. And I'm also going to be teaching classes there. So, stay tuned and look forward to that. I can't wait to start teaching.
So now you're getting away from actually taking clients and stuff and like teaching people your skills.
Because I feel like I've been through a lot of things, in my career so far, and I have a lot of value to give
and share with others.
Yeah, share with others. So I really want to get into that.
So like, what are some of the mistakes that like now you don't want to repeat from what you learned when you were owning your salon to taking the client?
Keep your eyes on your business. Don't be so distracted. When things, I think, like, honestly, especially being so young, just my own experience, when things start to go so good, like, oh, everything's going good. And then you don't realize that you have to continue to add things to the pot for things to stay good. So like when, for anyone in any career field, once you reach like a height in your career, don't take it for granted and think that height is going to just ride itself. Like you have to continue to kind of like feed it.
That was literally about to be my next question. Like, what advice would you give young girls who are in the hair industry, like, and wanting to, they dream of making it a real business? So keep your eye on your business. Yeah.
And then I say that from like the standpoint of like owning a space where other people work, but then just being a creative and doing it just on your own. Social media, I mean, I think that goes without saying, like, you have to post your work. And then don't let perfectionism paralyze you. Right? I think that's a huge one. Like I think a lot of people over criticize their work, or like, when they're taking pictures of the work, they over criticize the photo, don't want to post it. That's going to hold you back.
Yeah. So just post.
Just do you. And even if you feel like, oh, I didn't lay that wig that flat, post it anyway. There's somebody that's going to like the way you laid it.
I know that's right.
Yeah. So don't let perfectionism paralyze you.
That's really good. Because you already done been through it. Okay. So like, people are going to see your work. They're going to know the value. And they're going to like, I want her to do my hair.
Or like whatever level you're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what I would tell to like hairstylists starting out is like the level that you're at works for someone. You know what I mean? So don't compare yourself to other hairstylists with like a full book. You know what I mean? There is someone that needs the skill set that you have. You know what I mean? So just believe in yourself and just continue to put yourself out there and continue to grow along the way.
That's so beautiful. So what does success look like for you in your next chapter?
My next chapter, success, honestly, I feel like is a blend between Ashley Akemi and just Ashley.
Yeah.
I think that's the
part of the work-life balance.
Work-life balance. That's a part of me that wanted to come home.
Yeah.
To have like my career, but then also have a sense of self. You know what I'm saying? Then be fulfilled in both. But as far as Ashley Akemi, I want to do more than just being behind the chair, because I feel like I have so much to offer. To other people. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. I'm so excited to see where you go from here.
Thank you.
Girl, child, that was the story now. You done came from so far.
Yeah.
Yes. Girl. And I know you done told your story, but you ain't finished your drink. But it's okay. We're going to do the challenge. I mean,
ain't much
in there.
Ain't much left.
Go ahead. Finish that bit.
Drink yours too.
I am.
You talked about me.
No, we're going to do sip or spill. I'm going to ask you some questions. Either you're going to sip or you're going to spill.
Okay.
Would you rather take clients in Miami or the DMV?
That's a hard.
She might have to sip. She might have to sip. I don't know.
Because I don't really have an answer to that. Because I want to meet the DMV girlies, but I miss my girls in Miami so bad.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay, so here another one. Now that you have been experienced the whole traveling and having money and stuff, is it more valuable for you to be making the money and owning the salon, or more so focus on you and yourself and building your brand?
Me, myself, and my brand.
Yes.
And everyone is different, but like the whole salon ownership thing, I'm so happy to be able to experience that in my career.
Yeah.
But I value my own creative process more than I want to kind of like create a space for other people. I've done it and it was beautiful, but I really love getting my hands in the hair and having the space to focus on just that.
Okay. So let's take you back when you was working in them 2 salons.
Yes. Okay.
Do you think you would have did something different when you left like a thief in the night and stayed knowing what you was going to experience in that second salon?
No, salon owner, I would not have done that. Being a salon owner, because it's like, when you own a salon, the people that work in there is but obviously that probably was my karma. I wasn't looking at the salon. I wasn't focused. I was partying. Everybody then left, for their own individual reasons. But like having the experience of being a salon owner, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't blindside somebody like that. But honestly, I didn't have that experience at the time, so I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't have
okay.
So sorry. I mean, I want to say sorry to y'all. I mean, the second lady, it was still smoking. It's still smoking. Just so you know.
Okay. I know that's right. Good girl. Good guy. Finish your drink now.
It's still on site.
Well, do you want to give the people your Instagram page or your website and how to book?
You can find me on Instagram, Ashley.Akemi. And Ashley spelled the normal way, ASHLEY.AKEMI. You want to book me? Go on Instagram, click the link. And, it's there. I don't know if you want to put the link on the screen. I just said that if I was at
your website link? Just send it to me, baby.
Okay, yes. Click down here. If you want to find me. Yes.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on my show. I'm glad you're back in the DMV. I'm glad we met.
Yeah,
I know. Yes. Good guy. Jamaican
Thank you for having me here.
Jamaicans like, I run the place soon.
Yeah, run thing.
So thank you guys for watching. I hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.